Can spirits use mirrors, hauntings, portals, and spirit gateways? Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Mirror series. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most spine-chilling topics surrounding mirrors. Can spirits use mirrors? Mirrors have always been regarded with a sense of mystery, superstition, and even fear. They're not just reflective surfaces that show our physical selves. They reflect something deeper: our energies, our souls, and potentially, our spirits. In fact, mirrors have long been believed to be more than just objects. They have been seen as portals, gateways, and spiritual conduits. But can spirits truly use mirrors as a way to cross over from one realm to another? In this video, we'll dive into why mirrors act as spiritual portals, the haunting reality of spirits crossing through mirrors, and what happens when these portals aren't closed properly. What are spirits? Before we dive deeper, it's essential we define spirits so we're all on the same page. In the most basic sense, a spirit is the non-physical essence of a living being, the soul, the energy, the life force. When someone dies, it's said that their spirit or soul leaves their physical body and moves into the afterlife. However, not all spirits move on. Some are stuck, confused, angry, or unwilling to let go of the physical world. Others may be malevolent, trapped in a state of suffering, or even attached to objects, including mirrors. Spirits can range from the souls of the deceased, who may be lingering with unresolved issues, negative entities, or spirits that seek to cause harm or gain energy from the living. Spiritual guides, who may choose to communicate with us, offering protection or wisdom. Otherworldly beings, such as elemental spirits or demonic forces, who seek to cross over into our realm. How do mirrors act as portals for spirits? Let's talk about the science behind this. Mirrors are not just reflective surfaces. They are considered energetic amplifiers. When used in ritual or spiritual practice, mirrors are often used for scrying, a method of divination where one gazes into a reflective surface to see into the unseen world, to access the future, or to communicate with spirits. The key is that mirrors reflect energy, not just light. The reflective surface acts as an interface between the physical world and the spiritual realm. When spirits try to manifest, the reflective nature of the mirror gives them a pathway to do so. Think of a mirror as a spiritual bridge, a gateway that can allow spirits to pass from the unseen world into our physical one. Spirits are drawn to mirrors because they act as amplifiers for their presence. A mirror, by its nature, reflects energy. It amplifies everything that passes through it. Whether it's light, emotion, or spirit energy, the mirror magnifies it, making the invisible visible. Real-life example: the haunted mirror. Let me tell you a chilling story that proves just how deeply mirrors are tied to the spirit world. This is a true case that has been documented multiple times, including in the famous ghost hunting book, The Haunted Mirror, by John and Rachel Goodwin. This story is about David, a man who bought a new home in a quiet suburban neighborhood. David, like many of us, was drawn to antique furniture and quirky decorations. One of the first things he noticed when he moved in was a full-length mirror leaning against the wall in his attic. It was an antique mirror, old, ornate, and framed in dark wood. He thought it was beautiful, but what he didn't know was that the mirror was already haunted. At first, David didn't think much of it, but over time, he started to notice subtle, strange things. A cold draft near the mirror, a strange sense of being watched when he passed by it, and the flickering of his own reflection. It wasn't that he was imagining things. He could swear that sometimes, the reflection in the mirror wasn't entirely his. Then one night, the energy in the house grew heavier. David stood in front of the mirror, watching his reflection as usual. But this time, something felt wrong. His reflection didn't mirror his actions exactly. Instead, it seemed like there was something else behind him, just out of sight. He spun around quickly, but there was no one there. When he looked back into the mirror, the reflection had changed. The shadowy figure was now closer, moving on its own. It wasn't David's reflection anymore. It was someone else, someone standing directly behind him. The next morning, David learned that the previous owners of the house had a tragic story. The house had been the site of an unexplained death, where the previous resident, an older woman, had died under suspicious circumstances. Rumor had it that she was attached to the mirror, unable to cross over, and it was said that her spirit was still bound to the house through that very reflective surface. This is a classic example of how a mirror can act as a spiritual portal for a lost soul, confused and unable to move on. David had unknowingly opened a gateway by interacting with the mirror, and it became the means for the spirit to communicate, or more disturbingly, to linger in the physical realm. Why do spirits use mirrors? Spirits use mirrors as portals for a variety of reasons. To communicate. Spirits, especially those with unfinished business or unresolved emotional attachments, may use mirrors as a way to communicate with the living. Mirrors reflect both the physical world and the spiritual, so they offer spirits a channel through which they can reach out. To manifest. Mirrors act as reflective amplifiers. A spirit that has passed on might use a mirror to manifest in our world, seeing the mirror as a bridge that gives them a way to appear to the living. To be trapped. The belief exists that spirits can become trapped in mirrors, unable to leave due to unfinished business. In this case, the mirror acts as an energetic prison, holding the soul in a perpetual state of confusion or unrest. To observe. Mirrors also serve as observational tools for spirits. If they are unable to directly manifest in the physical world, they may use the mirror to observe the living, watching without being seen. This is why you might experience that strange feeling of being watched when near a mirror, even when you're alone. Signs: your mirror may be a portal to spirit activity. If you're concerned that a mirror in your space is being used as a spiritual portal, here are some signs to watch for. You feel watched. If you have a constant sense that someone is standing behind you or watching you while you're near the mirror, this is often a sign that a spirit is using the mirror as a gateway to interact with you. Strange reflections. Mirrors can create a distorted reflection. If you see shadows, figures, or even changes in your own reflection, like a delay in movement or unexplainable flashes of light, it's a strong indication that there's something energetic in the mirror trying to manifest. Cold spots or unexplained noises. A cold draft near the mirror or hearing whispers, tapping, or other unexplainable noises near the reflective surface is a common sign of spiritual activity. These energies or spirits use mirrors to create disturbances. Energy drain. If you're consistently feeling drained or fatigued after being near a particular mirror, it's possible that the spirit attached to the mirror is feeding off your energy, causing you to feel mentally foggy or emotionally drained. How to protect yourself from spirit contact through mirrors. If you feel that a mirror in your space is becoming a portal for spirits, here's how you can protect yourself. Set boundaries. Always set strong intentions before using a mirror. If you're using it for divination or spirit communication, clearly invite only benevolent spirits into your space and make it clear that negative entities are not welcome. Shield your energy. Before engaging with the mirror, shield your energy by visualizing a protective light surrounding you. You can also use protective crystals like black tourmaline, obsidian, or amethyst to guard against negative influences. Cover the mirror. After use. Always cover the mirror when you're done with it. This simple act can close the portal, preventing spirits from continuing to use it as an energetic doorway. Cleansing the space. Use sage, Palo Santo, or sound cleansing techniques to clear any lingering energy in the room after your mirror work. This resets the space and ensures that no energy remains attached. Mirrors are powerful objects that can serve as gateways to the spirit world, whether you're aware of it or not. They can reflect not just your image, but your soul, your energy, and potentially, spirits seeking to make contact. By understanding how mirrors can be used as spiritual portals, recognizing the signs of spirit activity, and taking steps to close the portals, you can work with mirrors safely and protect yourself from unwanted spiritual disturbances. In the next video, we'll explore why you should never have a mirror in your bedroom, and why this seemingly simple piece of furniture can become a source of psychic and spiritual interference in the most sacred space in your home. Until then, take care, and remember, mirrors are not just reflective. They're gateways to the unseen world. Treat them with respect, caution, and protection. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas. 11 times published author and School of Soul has just released one of our most requested deep dives, the Magic and Occult series. This series is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who know there's more going on beneath the surface, behind the media, behind the family, behind the system. This series breaks the spell and hands you the map. The Magic and Occult series includes over 200 videos on 1. Entertainment or ritual. Decoding mainstream media as mass spellwork. 2. Occult families. Spot them. How generational magic and ritual lineage hides in plain sight. 3. Occult symbolism. The signs, seals, and signals used to claim, curse, or command. 4. Esoteric symbolism. Layered meaning, sacred geometry, and encoded messages. 5. Law is magic. How contracts, courts, and language are rituals of power. 6. Spells and spirits. What magic really is, and what happens when you use it. 7. Covens and lodges. Where modern ritual happens, and who's involved. 8. Destiny swapping. How rituals steal timelines, talent, or soul contracts. 9. Energy harvesting. Spiritual parasitism, and how to seal your field. 10. The clairs. Your intuitive senses. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and more. 11. Become magical. How to strengthen your gifts, protect your mind, and wield conscious force. 12. Miracles are real, divine intervention, faith portals, and supernatural reversals. 13. The chosen ones. What sets them apart and why they're always targeted. 14. The black sheep, the generational breaker, often isolated by design. 15. Targeted individuals, spiritual and technological targeting of aware souls. 16. Gang stalking, organized spiritual and psychological warfare. This is the most revealing, most spiritually advanced, and most protective series SOS has ever released. If you've ever felt something was off about this world, this will confirm it and prepare you for what comes next. Your protection begins with knowledge. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault.